Thanks for joining me, Melanie Ellsworth, and my friends, saxophone, trumpet, and clarinet, for a chat about our picture book, Clarinet and Trumpet, illustrated by John Herzog and published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. So this book was inspired by many years of me playing clarinet in bands all the way from elementary school through college and a little bit beyond. One of the things that I noticed was I sat right in front of the trumpet section, and it seemed like they were always trying to outblast us, the woodwinds. It took us all many years of playing our instruments as loudly as we possibly could before we figured out that our voices, when blended together, actually made the most beautiful music. And we had to listen to each other to make that happen. I want to share the dedication of this book with you all. For my musical family, music teachers, and musicians everywhere, this book is for you. And this book is also for anyone who enjoys a friendship story and humor and a lot of musical wordplay. So we all know that friendships can be a little challenging, and clarinet and trumpet definitely find this to be true in this story. I'll read you the first page. Clarinet and trumpet were friends from the first note. Sure, trumpet was rather brass, and clarinet a bit long-winded, but their sounds blended together made music. That is until clarinet makes a new friend, and trumpet becomes rather lonely. The fight between the instruments crescendos. But eventually, with the help of another instrument who reminds clarinet and trumpet what's really important, the music, these two friends come back together again. And that instrument will stay secret until you read the book. If you are a teacher or a librarian doing a read aloud of this book, you might start by asking your students how many of them play instruments, and I bet a lot of hands will go up. And another thing you can do is ask them to look closely at the illustrations and see if they can find their instrument in this book. A lot of the band instruments are included, some of them behind the scenes, but I bet your students can spot their instrument in here. If you are doing a unit on wordplay and idiomatic expressions, have your students see how many of those they can find in this book. Here are a couple of examples. Their friendship fell flat. And on this page, clarinet didn't change her tune. So if you want to have a writing prompt, music can be also a great way to inspire your writing. I tend to write in silence except for my dog snoring or the birds chirping in the background because I find any other sound a little bit distracting. But music can be a great trigger for memory, or if you're trying to set a particular tone in your scene, or you want to make a stronger impression of who your character is, you might play some music in the background that you think matches that character or that scene or the tone of your overall story. Something that I did as a teacher when I taught ESOL to speakers of English as a second or third or fourth language was to play a song, and I often used Cheryl Wheeler's When Fall Comes to New England. I would give the students a printout of all the lyrics to the song with a few words missing that I wanted the students to work on, and then the students would try to fill in the missing words. So we worked on vocabulary, listening skills, and then we talked about the seasons of the countries they came from. And we discovered together the emotional power of music. It brought us closer together as a class, and it helped us share memories which led to a writing activity. And many students wrote their own beautiful stories inspired by the music that we shared together. So I hope readers enjoy Clarinet and Trumpet. One of the greatest things about this is that everyone can join in the band when you read this book. Just give it a shake. Embedded in the spine of this book is a rain stick, and so you can make that sound effect as you read. Thanks for joining me today for this book talk. Have fun reading and writing and practicing your instrument.